Hi guys, it's Nika and today we are building 5 more rooms. So today's prompts are gym, family time, game time, streamer and country bathroom. And okay, I hope you will enjoy the build. I'm not sure how much I will talk about the rooms. I don't really have much to say except for maybe the streamer one and maybe the game time one. I'm sorry, my chair is going crazy. I don't know if you can hear it. Yeah, I don't really have much to say, so just enjoy the video and watch it, and I will not really describe what I did much. Can my chair stop, please? I'm not even moving around. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. To be entirely honest, Okay, these past few days have been not great, and that's an understatement. But yeah, from being rejected at another job that I applied for to being locked out of my EA account for a whole day and then having issues with it and then having to reset my password at least like 5 times. Yeah, I'm really not doing well, and yeah, the EA thing was actually my last straw, and then I had like a massive breakdown. Well, I had a massive breakdown after I got the news from the job that I applied for, but that was like one thing, and then over the few days things kept piling up, and then, but they were little things, I didn't break down over them, and then the issues with my EA account came up, and yeah, that was the last straw, and I sat there in my living room and I was sobbing, and I couldn't tell my mom why, because I felt like it's such a stupid thing to sob about, like, I'm locked out of my EA account, like, I mean, I guess she would understand, but, well, she wouldn't understand, but she would see why I am upset. Like, she wouldn't understand the full extent of it, but she would get it. I don't know how to explain it, but like, she wouldn't fully see it, but she would be like, okay, yeah, I can see how this is important to her, so I can see why she's breaking out. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you are doing better than me, because yeah, the last few days have been something. And here I had hopes for 2023, and it's January 9, and yeah, I'm already losing all my high hopes that I didn't really have high hopes for this year. I kinda stopped with that, because every time I had high hopes, they didn't come true. And especially last year, because I was like, yeah, I'm 22 in 2022, this is gonna be my year. And then it was the opposite of my year, actually. So yeah, I'm kinda done with expected years to be better. Although I feel like objectively we had 3 really bad years, so we as a planet deserve one objectively good year. At least one objectively good year, please. Speaking of why I was locked out of my EA account, so I've been clinging to Origin for a very long time. Every time someone was like, I was forced to go to EA app, no, I was like, oh, thank God, nothing like this is happening to me. Well, on Friday it happened to me too. Although I'm not sure if Origin died on me or my account was being messy. I don't know what exactly happened there, but my first idea was, well, this is it, Origin won't work for me anymore, and rest in peace. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, so they are forcing me to go on the EA app. So I got the EA app, I installed it, I tried to log in, and guess what, it didn't let me log in again. So first time I reset my password, it didn't do anything. I still kept getting this message like, your credentials have expired or are incorrect or something like that. And so I was angry about that, and then I tried again and it worked. So yay, good. I got into my EA account, and then actually like 2 or 3 times through the day I had to reset my password again, because I came to my computer and I saw, oh, I'm again like not logged in, and I didn't do anything, I just wasn't logged in anymore. And every time I tried to log in, it made me make a new password. So that was an experience for sure. A warm welcome from the new EA app, definitely. And while I was at it, installing apps and uninstalling apps and solving things, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna finally figure out how to put my game in English. Because all this time, all these 8 years or something, I've been playing this game in Czech. And at first, when I was younger, I didn't really mind because my English back then wasn't as good as it is today. I don't know how good my spoken English is, but in my head, basically half my thoughts is in English. It just, getting it out is sometimes a bit difficult, but we'll get there for sure. And yeah, so at this point, I much more prefer to play my games in English and read some literature in English. I never really read young adult in like translations anymore because I feel like it's better to read it if it's English. Originally, if it's written in English, I will rather read it in English basically. Well, that's off topic, but yeah, so I prefer my games in English. I have switched to English in The Sims 3 a long time ago, and it was the best idea I could have had because it's much better in English. There were some terrible mistakes in the translation too. Yeah, and pretty much every game I installed after putting my Sims 3 to English, pretty much every game I installed in English. And obviously I wanted to switch The Sims 4 to English as well, but well, I have an old, I think it was the limited edition. I have an old physical copy of The Sims 4 and I have that registered on my EA account. And I don't really understand why this is a thing, but I only have 3 languages available. There's this edition, I have only Czech, Polish and Russian, and then there's apparently something like Rest of the World edition, and that has all the languages basically. I don't know if there were more like special editions which only had, I don't know, for example, Spanish, Italian and something. I don't know, or if really just we were an exception and the rest of the world had all the languages on the CD. I don't know, and frankly I don't understand why that was necessary. I don't know, it's just, yeah, it bothers me, and it has bothered me for most of these 8 years because since 2016 I've been interacting mainly with not just English speaking Sims community, but also English-speaking internet in general. To be honest, I don't really like being on like Czech internet because I'm not saying my people are stupid at all, but you are much more likely to run into like huge stupidity than like normal people. I feel like every normal person my age who can speak English has already ran away to like the English-speaking internet. Or there is also like the Czech side of Tumblr, which I love, and I'm lurking there. I'm not like active there, but I'm lurking, and they are actually so cool. But I'm getting off topic again. So yeah, I've always wanted to switch my The Sims 4 to English, and I couldn't. I literally didn't have the option. So now that I was on the new app, I was like, okay, I am gonna contact the support and I'm gonna ask them how to do it, or if they could somehow add English to my origin, and I even can like show them the proof that I bought the game and everything, because I have the physical copy still. I didn't throw it out. Same with some of the expansion packs. Or remember when they were doing those, like, I don't know if they still do it, but they were doing these bundles where you had these physical bundles where you had 1 game pack and 2 stuff packs, I think, and I have like 4 or 5 of those. So yeah, I have like physical copies that I could take pictures of and be like, hey, look, seriously, I paid for this. Well, I didn't pay for the base game because it was a birthday gift, but that's beside the point. I bought it and it was bought and it's all like legal and all. Yeah. So I was ready to contact support, and then I went on their website and I was so confused. I didn't know where to click really, because they have these categories and you have to pick one depending on what your problem is, but I wasn't sure. It didn't really, nothing really said I want more languages in my game. Or obviously that's like an exaggeration on my part, but there wasn't really anything that would scream, okay, language issues, go here. So I asked on Twitter, like, hey, if you were me, what would you do? And someone was like, I'm not sure, but this person had this issue. So they tagged them, and that person told me, you know what, don't contact them because they will just tell you play it as it is, which is bullshit, by the way. I mean, I'm not saying the person was like talking shit. I feel like if this is their response, like the EA support's response, I feel like that is pretty bullshit. Yeah, anyway, this person told me, don't contact them, they will tell you to play it as it is. Instead, download the game from Steam, because, you know, base game is now for free, so it's pretty easy to get it anywhere else. So yeah, I downloaded it from Steam as they suggested, and then I had to reinstall my game, and I installed it from Steam where I already had all the languages available. And so yeah, I picked English and I installed it, and then I went to my EA app and installed the packs from there. And ta-da! Now my game is finally in English and I am so happy. I wonder if like linking my Steam account and my EA account, I wonder if it will cause some issues in the future. Especially what I'm worried about is when in the summer I will be away and at the place where we don't have internet. I wonder if, because you have to, every time you open the game, you sort of reconnect your Steam account and your EA account. Like they sort of have to communicate, and then you go to the game and you can play the game. I don't know how it works, but yeah. And so I wonder how that will work when I am completely offline. I actually talked about this to, well, I didn't really like say I connected those two accounts, but I kind of talked about this to my mom. I said, look at it, this is so stupid. You have so many offline games, there are no or very little online features, and you have to be online to play them. How stupid is that? And she was like, yeah, how are you gonna play it when we are in this place? And I was like, yeah, I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out somehow, I guess. Or I just simply won't play, like it's fine, I can handle it. And then she goes, well, but you now have unlimited data on your phone. You can access internet from your phone basically anytime. And then she suggested, how about you try to turn your phone into a, what is it called, mobile hotspot or something like that, and, you know, connect to the internet from there, and then you can disconnect when you're already in the game. And I was just looking at her and thinking, that's actually not a bad idea. I don't know how making a hotspot works. I have never done that before, but it sounds like something that should be possible. And yeah, I think I'm gonna try that. I'm not even gonna wait for summer when we are in this place where we go every summer for pretty much all of summer. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a try, because that sounds like it makes sense. And my mom came up with that. My mom, who's not very good with computers. So yeah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna try that. Whoa, and I spent most of this recording ranting about the EA. Oh yeah, and I didn't even say the pretty much all of this was Friday. Then on Friday night, obviously I was tired, I shut down my computer, and in the morning I come back and I want to play some Sims again. And guess what happened? EA app asked me for another password again. So I made one, I reset my password and I gave them a new password, and it still didn't work. I put it in, same message. Then a few moments later I tried to make another. This time it told me they were having technical difficulties, and basically all day, every time I tried it, it was either your credentials have expired or we are having technical difficulties. But pretty much everyone on Twitter was playing their game, and it made me so sad because I wanted to play too. I had all these ideas. I had all these things I wanted to work on at the weekend, and I just couldn't. And it really brought me down. And the only kind of hope that I had was that my sibling had the exact same problem. They couldn't log in either. And so I was like, okay, clearly it's not on my part. It's something EA has done. They are gonna fix it. And in the evening, my sibling tells me, hey, it finally works again. Reset your password again and it will work. And it actually worked. But I was so worried that if I turn my computer off, it won't work again the next morning. So I didn't shut down my computer properly. My sibling, however, did shut it down properly. And guess what? In the morning, they couldn't get into their EA account again. So I know this is not a good thing for my computer, but I feel like I will not be shutting it down properly for the next few days or weeks. And I know that's not a good idea. I know I should like turn it off and all that, but I'm not risking being locked out of my Sims account again. Or my EA, well, my EA account is basically my Sims account. I don't really play any other EA games other than different versions of Sims. Yeah, so I had a nice weekend, mostly filled with being mad about a new EA app. Oh, but we went to this other town. We went to a cat cafe. And oh my god, it was so amazing. At first, my sibling already went there with their classmates in the summer. And at first I was like, okay, it's a cafe and cats are walking around. And like, yeah, that's cute. That's a cute idea. But it's a cafe. Like, what's so special about it? Well, so on Saturday in the afternoon, we went there. And oh my god, I need a cat now. I've never considered myself to be a cat person at all, but I need a cat now. Oh my god. This was the first time in many years that I could like hug a cat or pet a cat. And yeah, it was, I literally felt my depression dissolve. Seriously. I felt it. And yeah, I want a cat now. And I know that's like not a good idea because I already have 2 birds. So I should probably, I mean, if I ever get a cat, I will wait. But yeah, I want a cat right now. That's like, we need to end this video on a high note. So I want a cat and I want it now. And cats are cute and I'm starting to feel like maybe I have been a cat person all along, but considering I grew up around dogs and birds, I never really like considered being a cat person deep down, but I feel like everyone can be turned into a cat person, and those who can't, well, that's a red flag. Anyway, I have been talking for way too long, so again, my chair is going crazy. I don't know what it is today, and it bothers me. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little rant about EA app. I'm sorry I didn't talk about the build at all. But yeah, I hope you still enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have anything nice to say. Don't forget to subscribe. We are close to 100 subscribers. Oh my god, I can't believe it. What the hell? I only just started. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and check out my other social media. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Oh, and I love you guys. Bye everyone. Bye guys. And I'm rushing to end this video because I've been recording for longer than the actual video is. So wish me luck that I cut it all so it fits into the video. Bye everyone!